All right, good morning. This is going to be another update on my gardening. This isn't the RGGS system like I showed you before, but it is a self-watering style setup. So what it is a how to do it yourself home earth bucket system. Okay, doesn't take very much stuff. Something you can build in a day, and it's very cool, I think. Right? I'm going to be giving this setup to my dad. You can be giving this to whoever you want in your family if you decide to make one, or just make it for yourself. It's really good if you live in like an apartment style setup where there's not very much room. You don't have a little small porch in the back or what, and you're kind of in and out a lot, and you don't have a time to really watch a garden. This is pretty good because of the fact that it's small and it doesn't take up very much space, and it kind of takes care of itself as long as you water it. And I'll show you how that works. In order to buy some of the stuff you'll need, you can do like I did and go to Home Depot, but you could also go to Lowe's or maybe a small mom and pop store could probably even have this stuff too. The only other stuff I bought from dollar store. I bought some little eggs, Easter eggs. You'll see what I mean. They're styrofoam, and there's a reason why I needed them. And some bamboo sticks, but they may even have the bamboo sticks at like a Home Depot. Other than that, there was also a net cup, and you'll see what the net cup is, and you can buy those, and you can find them online, or you can find them at a lot of your hydroponic stores. Okay, so here it goes. Here's how you make it. Here's what it is, and I hope you enjoy it. Check this out. Okay, so this here, you guys, this is a Let's Do This, right? This is a bucket, 5-gallon bucket. You can buy these at Home Depot. That's where I chose to get these ones, but you can get 5-gallon buckets pretty much anywhere. But the reason why I want you to see this is, you see this hole here? I drilled this hole here because when we water this, when we put water in this bucket, when the water reaches this level, it's going to level out and it's going to spill out. So basically, that's going to allow it to where it's never going to let water grow all the way up into the bucket where the soil is going to be and where the roots would be. So we don't ever flood our plant or drown our roots, okay? So the water is going to stay below this level. Now, if you see here, this net cup, you see how that level is below the net cup? So the water will never overflow past this net cup, and that's what we want to make sure it doesn't happen, okay? Oh yeah, this is a net cup. You can find these online, or you can get them on at hydroponic stores. Usually have these. They're very cheap. I think you can buy them at like 30 for like a couple bucks. Okay, next, this is our other, we need another bucket. It takes 2 buckets to make this setup. The second bucket, on the second bucket, we're going to take a hole, we're going to drill a hole in the bottom that'll fit this cup, okay? That's so that sits down in the water. The other thing that's important to notice about this setup is, can you see here how I got it cut at an angle? That's on purpose, so that when the water comes down this pipe, it easily flows down into the second bucket. And I'll show you how that works in a second here. So basically, what you'll end up with is the net cup will be down here hanging out the bottom, and this water. This is all going to be sitting down inside of this other bucket. Okay. Now, if you look down in there, you just pop that in. There you go. It sits nice and snug. Now, that's going to sit down in there. Eventually, you're going to fill this with soil, potting soil, with maybe a couple of amendments in there. But you're going to want to put your potting soil down in here, and it's going to do what they call wick. It's a wicking system. It's basically the same like our RGGS system wicks up water to water the plants themselves. That's what this system does also. Now, what's cool about this is it's mobile, right? You can move this bucket where you want. Now here's that pipe I was showing you guys, the bottom of it. Okay, here again, I'll show you. The bottom is cut at an angle. If you can see that, it's cut at an angle. And the reason why you want that cut at an angle is because if the pipe was flat like this, if it was all the way to the bottom, when you fill the water up through this hole, because this is where we're going to water our plants at, it would just want to fill up the tube because it wouldn't want to let the water down into the bucket. So we cut that at a 45 on purpose so that way the water can fill out into the bucket quite quickly so that it doesn't ever try to fill up on us here. Okay, here's this other thing I was telling you guys about. Seemed kind of funny. An Easter egg, right? You guys see this? Okay, it's Easter, perfect time, spring. You start planting your garden. It's a good time. You'll find these anywhere, dollar store. This is a bamboo piece of bamboo. You can buy that at dollar store also in the gardening area. Now, what this is going to measure the amount of water we have down in our bucket. You see? Can you guys see this? This the red line here I put. Now these is a gauge to see how much water is in your bucket. As you add water, because that styrofoam egg is on the end of that, it's going to float. And so what will happen is it's going to float up. Now you see how it's blue? I put a blue and then I have a green. Well, the blue is going to let me know that I'm somewhere in the middle. And if it goes to green, I know that it's full. So I'll probably be standing there with a water hose or however I choose to water it, or whoever uses this is going to water it. And when they see the green, they know that they're done. They don't have to add any more water. Now, there's also a way, I mean, if you don't have that set up, since you put your hole down here in the bottom, you could just keep filling it up until you see the water drain out here, and you know your bucket's full. But I just like this idea because see how it's red? So when after this is all put together and you walk by, you'll see that it's red. You'll know that it's empty and you need to fill it up. Okay, another thing that you're going to need after you put your tomato plants in here is a tomato cage. Now, once your tomato starts growing up in here, it's going to hang over on this, and the branches, you're going to want them to be able to hang on this to give it strength and stability. So this is a whole setup. Later, I'm going to give this to my dad. I'm going to plant this. It'll be tomatoes for him. And this is just a setup. I wanted to show you guys how to make it, how it can be done. It's pretty simple. All these things you can buy, like I said, at Lowe's, our mom and pop store. Oh, here's also, I mean, touch up on this. This is just a pipe, a little clamp that holds on for the pipe. 2 bolts in the front and the side here. You drill them in, so that way it gives it stability, so it don't want to lean over. And basically, that's it, guys. You put some dirt in here. Put a you could put flowers. You don't have to put tomatoes. You could put whatever you want to grow